IVM.
My favorite link is storytel.com/IVM, which is a lovely place to go. Best books available. I'm not saying that because they're forcing me, but stop choking me. All right, I'll do it anyway. Dale Carnegie, personal hero of mine. Loved all his books, read most of them. How to Win Friends and Influence People is fabulous. That's why I'm talking to you in this way. I am hypnotizing and controlling you without your consent, but in a sense with it. And this is only done if you understand the power of reading and Dale Carnegie's thoughts and philosophy. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Don't confuse it with Arnab Goswami's How to Talk on Television and Influence People. Little different. So keep in mind that if you go through storytel.com/IVM, you get a 30-day free trial as against a 14-day free trial on the link. All right, it's very simple. All you got to do is log on to storytel.com/IVM. Millions and millions and millions of stories, many written by me. All that and more unfolding for your eyes. Find it all on Storytel. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative.
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
It's election season. Time for me to give a new slogan. It goes like this. Gali gali mein gul hai, gali gali mein gul hai, abhi cock and bull hai, abhi cock and bull hai.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
We're closing in on the election season, April 11th, of course, election time for India. Also excited between two cricket tournaments, the biggest event of all time since my first marriage. For me, the biggest problem I'm having in a democratic world, pseudo-democratic world, is we need to lower the voting age. That's what I believe. 18, I think, is rubbish. Why 18? Kids are growing up so fast. My daughter is 12 years old. She wants a new iPhone 7. Well, new as in that's what we said we can afford at the right time. Now, if I'm going to pay so much money for my daughter who's 12, I think she should have a role in government. She should select the government. She should be very much treated as a member of the citizenry that is India. I can't have her on the side because she's costing me too much money. I want everybody who is in the economic spectrum, so to speak, whatever it is, whether it's diapers for a 1-year-old or whatever it is, if you're costing money, your cost to company is a certain amount, you have to be allowed to be part of the voting process. So please, let's bring down the age. Adults are not really, what is this 18? What does 18 mean? It's just a number. It makes no sense. If you're part of this entire market that is India, then you must be allowed to vote. That's what I want to say. It's called Cyrus Says. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have. Paisa Vaisa is brought to you by Paytm Money.
Okay, cock and bull time here. Cyrus Says becomes cock and bull. The summer is upon us. There's lots to talk about here. We've got Abbas, comedian and producer.
Yes.
We've got Amit proprietor and visionary. And we've got a new entrant making his debut, batting at number 1 today, is Guru Narayan from Chennai.
Yeah.
Where he pays his taxes and wants to vote.
I think.
Where are you going to vote? You going to vote here? You're going to vote there?
I'm going to vote at home, Chennai. Yeah.
At home? That's the third option.
Yeah, I'm voting on Twitter now.
How long have you been in Mumbai?
3 years now.
See, so I don't understand. I was speaking to some other people who've been domiciled here for a few years, like Payal, my producer in the TV show, and they all have to go back. She has to go back to Cali, she has to go back to Chennai.
It's complicated.
Why is it complicated?
Changing personal addresses.
Yeah, because
it should happen in a minute.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
No, but also I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
You're a Mumbai guy.
No, but I don't know how long I'm going to be here. As in,
you're anti-BJP? What does that mean?
No, as in my work. I don't know when I'm going to shift back, whatever
what are you,
it is.
Stewardess?
Huh?
What do you mean?
No, I think the process, it's just irritating for me to think, why do I have to sit and, just change my address proof and all that? Just travel one day for the vote and come back. And that's at least
costs money, Baba. One second, you're a comedian, but you also hold a job, right?
Yeah, which is why I don't
Where are you going from Mumbai? You're staying in Mumbai. You're not going back to Chennai now.
Yeah, but then...
Unless Stalin calls you.
Chances of him staying in Bombay as a comic are more than an employee of a company.
Yeah.
That's a bit unfair. Really?
No, it's not.
No, as in...
This is the entertainment capital of the country. So
Is it?
It's also the financial capital of the country.
It's also true.
It's also the pharmaceutical capital. Do you do drugs? Well, you should. Huh.
Yeah, maybe I should. No, but then...
So where do you work? Are you
I don't think I can say the name of my company.
But what line?
It has the letters L and T in it. But
you have to give me 5 minutes. Is it TNL? God, I'm so close, no?
So close. No, but then, see, I work in the construction industry, so I can get pushed to a project.
And you sound like you're ready to Hiranandani himself. Okay.
I wish.
But why do you feel you will be sent back to Chennai? Why would there be a reason?
No, not Chennai, any other project site. So,
you have to keep moving.
Yeah, I have to keep moving. Like, I've been here
Good point. So let's discuss this then for a second. Why do we... Is there kind of like a travelling card that you can get? You're still a citizen of the country, but you should vote where your impact is going to be felt.
Do you know Jammy? Jammy Chambal?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so Jammy actually just...
Everybody say yes, in case you don't.
Jammy, I thought of Rahul Dravid. But
so Jammy is basically, he's a senior guy at the Tata
He's also
Sons.
from royal family of Kashmir or Gujarat or
something like that.
I've been agreeing for everything.
Just say yes.
Yes, of course.
You're in Mumbai now.
So he put out something just yesterday where he was talking about, they put together, so he's an IIM Ahmedabad guy, and as part of the team, or part of the alumni group or something like that, they put out a pilot project around the idea of how you can promote electronic digital voting from remote places, which is built with the idea of solving this exact issue, right? That if you're moving from space to space or from part of the country to different part of the country, and as India progresses economically, people are going to migrate more often, right? So, I mean, like, given that, there's a way to kind of link your Aadhaar into an online voting system and kind of vote like that.
If Guru is now going to move, let's say he goes to Bangalore next, and he's stuck there, let's say for 2 years, and he owns a place there, and he pays taxes there in a sense, and he's part of the locality there, and he plays tennis at the club there, whatever. That's the impact area for him.
He should be able to vote locally, right? Why? See, the thing is that you are not going to go to, you're not going to be able to vote in BMC elections because you're registered over there. You're not going to be able to vote for Maharashtra state elections.
He plays no role in Chennai anymore.
Exactly.
Why is he voting there? If he left Bombay, he plays no role in Bombay anymore. Where his impact is felt is where he should vote.
Exactly, and the only place...
This is the Lok Sabha election.
Get the PMO. No, I'm sending my member of parliament from my area.
That's true.
My area is impacting me and me impacting my area. Abbas, get my Prime Minister on the line, please.
Your Prime Minister?
Quickly.
He's busy.
Parties don't have a special... Prince Charles is not the Prime Minister. Don't get into some racist ideology here.
Thank God you didn't ask for the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Then you have to search for a long time.
Yes. I still think it's Paneer Selvam. Paneer Selvam.
Call the Chowkidar of the building if that works.
Stop it.
Abbas coming in hard.
Oops.
My God, you guys.
What happens to top security? Huh? Now they're no longer the biggest chowkidar base in India. हम लोग पहला था इसमें अभी ये लोग आ गया.
I know when the entire chowkidar movement started, I had a lot of friends texting me asking what is the meaning of chowkidar. Like they don't follow Hindi. Like their priority is just
it's actually an Urdu word.
It is.
Yeah, because dar means door and
chowkidar.
The protector of the door.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all your job is. So why the hell do they come inside and chase me? The door is your property. After that, by law, you shouldn't bother me, man. Good, you told me. I'm going to tell you, Dwar यहाँ पे खत्म हो जाता है, समाप्त.
As long as I don't steal the lock, you don't have.
It's to do with the bloody door. And if you don't have a door, it's just a curtain. Fuck off. I'm telling you right now, you have no reason to be here. Oh, sorry, bad language.
Yeah.
Too much.
No, that's okay.
No, chowkidar I meant.
Oh, that's not objectionable. All right, let's start with our first topic.
Yes, we should.
All right, so a guy from Alibaug has actually filed a PIL seeking ban on the phrase
the Hindi films
Alibaug se aaya hai
Hindi
kya?
films and Marathi, it's
Theatre.
I don't know. No, it's like in the colloquial you land up doing it, then you can't take it back.
But there was an asylum over there, right?
It's not that. It's just that looking down on the Alibaug mindset. Like he's a Dehati. He's the guy from the Gauti guy who's coming in.
That's not what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're dumbing down the person.
Really? I always thought Alibaug se Aaya means that basically, and again, Aaya, the way that I've always thought of it is that
mental.
Are you insane?
But as in dumb.
Insane, foolish, dumb.
No, I think that would have been the initial notion. Like,
anyway, it's negative
you
connotation.
start coming out as, Alibaug has an asylum, so are you mental? But then There would have been another dumb person from Alibaug.
Initially, I thought it was Aaya Nirav Modi because he had this big house. Why did they demolish it? I still don't understand. I was there on that day they demolished it. We heard it.
His house?
They blew it up, imploded it. You know how you implode it so it falls in the same circumference. It doesn't go beyond.
But why not sell it and...
Look at that. They could have made it into a hospital. It was already standing there. They could have made it into so many things for children.
Considering it's his house, the interiors would have been fucking expensive.
Super. It was worth a museum.
You spent like so much to get stuff.
India's most expensive fugitive. Yeah. Really, the architect was miserable. Miserable.
Our government
is now standing for elections. Huh? In Alibaug. Oh, sorry. Let's finish the topic.
So his argument is that Alibaug has the higher literacy rate than any village in the Raigad district. So why is it still it's hurting his sentiments essentially?
Okay. Yeah, but stereotypes in India will never stop. Yeah, the Parsis are mad or what, I don't know. Yeah. Tambrams are nuts. You're the Parsis of South India.
Tambrams are not the Parsis of South India.
The eccentric. The eccentricities is... how do you take that back? I'm saying it's already there in your mindset. How do you take it back?
Yeah, I think, how do you ban it? Like his argument is you have to stop maybe usage in movies and all that.
No, but you can't stop it in conversation.
Exactly, you can't do something like a Voldemort thing. You say his name and then they come for it. No, you can't.
I can't believe this generation looks at Harry Potter for everything. At least we had the NBA.
Okay,
but there are bans on racial epithets. Like if you use them, you can be fined.
See, we both know it's a bit mean. It is a bit mean. But I honestly think we make mountains out of molehills. Just let these things pass, man. Does it really matter?
Yeah, beyond the point. How are you going to stop? I mean, like, what if you actually are from Alibaug? I can say to Alibaug se aaye ho kya? It's just,
No, but it's how you're saying it in what context? You're saying that you didn't do well in your exams. Okay, Alibaug se aaya. It's like that. So the context is always something negative. They never say Alibaug se aaya geographically, man. They don't tell you kahan se aa gaya tu. I'm Punjab se aa gaya. No, I'm Alibaug se aa gaya. That is not the conversation. Our lawyer, Voldemort and my Gujarati lawyer from Valkeshwar, they're not able to understand the problem.
I don't. I really don't. I don't think that you should. I don't think this stuff should be
I can't relate to the problem.
I don't think this stuff should be entertained,
not from here. And I've gotten used to being called a Madrasi all my life.
They still use that word?
Yeah. Oh, very much.
I've never heard that word in years.
Very much. Oh, I've been called a Madrasi. I've been called... Yeah, Madrasi is the worst that I've been called till now. A Tambram and then...
What's wrong with Tambram?
There's nothing being called a Tambram. I'm just saying Madrasi is the most offensive. Like, it's not offensive to me. I don't give a fuck. But a lot of people are like, dude, don't say Madrasi.
If the idea is to say it with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
If the whole idea, that's the whole thing is your tone. It's more than the word hardly matters.
Feels bad, yeah.
Especially after that they start doing their version of Tamil, you know. People, you must have got that, Yenda Venda and all that, when the people saw that crap. Yeah.
I like how you're doing it to tell him how it is.
I couldn't resist, Mike. I just couldn't resist it. I apologize. And listen, I have only Tambam friends, so I'm off
the hook. That's not the excuse, right? You can't say that. I have friends.
Ek, two, Doshi, then fall it Caesar Ramakrishnan.
Okay, so did you know the BJP website was hacked and down for the last 2 weeks? And then it finally came up...
That's when Chokidar happened. What the hell is going on?
In the meantime, yes.
It
finally came back up day before yesterday. But now it's been accused of plagiarizing the website code of a startup that's based in Andhra, where they've accused you of essentially taken our format, our code, and applied it to your website without giving us credit.
So see, that startup makes website templates. They're like, anyone can use it as long as you give us credit. So there's a backlink written in, there's a code written where the creators get the credit. So BJP took the template and erased the code. They're not giving...
But why can't they give the credit? What is the big deal?
They should have given the credit.
I don't think BJP's ever given anyone credit for what they've done.
They've taken credit is what you're saying.
Yeah, so...
No, essentially you're the ruling party of the country and then you're stealing templates from startups.
They offered cash, but after demonetization looks bad.
But the statement he's given is damn interesting. IT cell head. First he says, we never give credit. We never give the credit. And then he says, we didn't even take the template.
So it's a lie, and if it is just in case it's true, it's not.
What did Gobel say about the lie? Just keep lying.
Just keep lying.
So say it 100 times becomes the truth. Yeah. We didn't take the template. 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 It's true.
They didn't have any backups for the files on their website also.
So that's
I didn't think of that.
No, that's just...
That sounds a little fishy now.
No, but it's not really. I mean, like, people are just stupid when it comes to this stuff, man. I meet people who put their websites up, don't think that they have to kind of like... they don't believe in backing up. They don't believe in, like...
But not a big political party is running the country.
Dude, large companies, man. Large
Like
companies.
L&T? No, like, give me a name.
So not L&T, but I worked with... I worked with a large stockbroker. This was when I was doing the IT services thing, right? So I was working with a large stockbroker. not get them by. But basically what they did is they had a WordPress installation done. WordPress is the most used form of website kind of software on the back end, right? And they never updated the WordPress. So they had it running for like 3 years. You keep WordPress and you don't update it for even like a month after WordPress.
They have an IT cell and all.
They have an IT
people
department.
Getting salaries and
they
all
have
that.
An IT department, but they don't have
any insurance when they work. I mean, does it make any sense?
It's a different skill, right? I mean, like the IT departments at these places are about keeping computers running,
keeping it on.
Making sure
press the switch.
There are people who think
that
the cloud is actually a cloud in the sky.
I have no idea what the cloud is. I can't understand it. It's beyond my capacity.
So now imagine if you were the IT department.
I thought cloud is Japanese for crowd. Oh, too much. I apologize again.
On par with
don't mention it. Hey, where are you from? Close to Alibaug? You hit Alibaug out of the country, man. You're the Bradman now.
No, I think the argument was that why they did not take backup is when they have been saying the Aadhaar system is credible, like the EVM and all that, when they've been saying all that and their own website doesn't have a backup.
Are you trying to tell me?
Listen. I mean, like, I'm second to no one in my contempt for government, political parties, and their lack of technological abilities. But at this time, these are different things. The Aadhaar system is a different system. The web system that you have for your public.
His point is that you're talking about being the foremost in digital technology. You bring India up to the 22nd century, and then you make simple mistakes in your back burner, in your ghar ka bagicha. I mean, you keep the garden clean, no?
These are trivial things. Honestly, whether you're not backing up your website or not,
I think we know which party he's voting for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm with the Sharad Pawar faction.
He's not even contesting this election.
He's not made up his mind. He'll do it after the elections.
And still win.
I'm glad we're joking. We take a break, we come back. Where are you from again? UP.
Hi listeners, we at Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund have come up with a special podcast series called MF 101 in collaboration with Bloomberg Quint. MF 101 is an informative series that will help you understand the recipe behind mutual fund investments. And what's more, it's coming from the chefs of the mutual fund buffet table, from the very own fund managers and analysts who are the manufacturers of the funds that help you realize your investment goals. New episodes out every Monday. You can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. Guru's with us. Guru, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're on the show for the first time.
Yeah.
You're a comedian. You work for TNL and...
I'm from Chennai.
But Chennai's got quite a big market, right? No? I went last year and there was just 5 comics on stage and all that.
Yeah, it's growing. The market is growing as in... So Chennai is a very peculiar point.
But is the comedy also DMK versus AIDMK or how does it work? You have to take sides?
Not exactly. There, you just roast everyone and you get through.
Hopefully.
No one's been consistently good. That's the issue. So
why didn't Rajinikanth stand?
Huh?
Why didn't Rajinikanth stand?
Rajinikanth's like he's going to contest for the state assembly elections.
He will?
Yeah, he will.
He told you? He called up?
No, he started his party, he put out all that.
They put out things every week and change their mind the next week. So I want to know the truth.
I don't know.
You think he'll make a difference to politics in Tamil Nadu?
Rajinikanth, I don't think he's ready for it. But you know what?
What does that mean? How does one get ready?
As in, he's never done anything like...
He's never been unpopular. And the first sense of unpopularity is when you do politics.
Maybe it's too soon for me to say anything.
Yeah.
But then he's not let out any. He's just put out a party symbol and a name. And he's not really, mentioned the ideals his party is going to run on. Like what is going to be their principles, nothing. He's just put out a party and already people are just following him like crazy. Let's see what happens in this.
Only in India. It doesn't matter.
Has Kamal Hassan also done something similar?
So the problem is Kamal Hassan is doing it in English and half the population is not getting it. No, I'm not even kidding. He's you just go to his Twitter and even it's very Shashi Tharoor-ish comments that he's been putting out. So Rajinikanth has an upper hand
above the people.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about Kamal Hassan is he's standing in 7-8 constituencies. Because he never does one role, right? So he's just got about 12. There'll be 12 constituencies. He's one outside Tamil Nadu also. He's gone beyond Pondicherry. It's a small piece of land. Yeah.
For all you know, just check Narendra Modi makeup might be Kamal Hassan in it. Like, you never know.
It's just a matter of time. Now you have to make a movie, apparently.
That's true. Yeah. There is
Have you seen the one and only Vivek Oberoi?
Yeah.
Mera Pyara.
PM Narendra Modi is the
Oh, you
name
did
of the
not
film.
see the trailer? Oh,
No, I
that
see
is...
the trailer, but the movie came out too, right?
No, the movie hasn't come out.
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
The election commission has actually put a stay on the movie because you can't put it out.
No, conveniently it was coming out one weekend before 11th.
Yeah.
Which...
And they weren't even being cheeky about it. Like the film's name is PM Narendra Modi.
But technically, 48 hours you have to shut down shop 48 hours before. So technically, I don't know. So till 9th night, 12 o'clock or whatever, I suppose it could play.
48 hours is the campaigning should stop.
So we're considering this a campaign then.
There was also the controversy that there were Modi's pictures on boarding passes for Air India. There was a clampdown on that as well.
But that may not work. If your plane is delayed and all, you don't want that. This is like when they say thank you for flying Air India after 3 hours in the plane waiting for it to take off and all this. Not a good idea. But be careful.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, so...
lost interest in the conversation. Moving on. I'm good for that.
From...
Guru, I want to know 2 minutes about him.
Sure.
Okay. So I've been doing comedy here for like 2 years now. 2.5 years.
Without stopping. No breaks.
Yeah,
okay.
Thankfully. But that's...
you were born in Chennai?
Yeah, I was born and brought up in Chennai.
And where did you initially do comedy?
I did my first open mic in Chennai only. That was when there were no open mics at all. There will be one open mic a month.
Okay.
The scene was like very difficult, and that too, Culture Shock from Bombay used to get someone to organize there.
Right.
And I was working in Kerala, so I had to travel, do an open mic, and then go back. Then thankfully I shifted here, and then I was like 2016 October-ish is when I started.
You're giving us a date. Okay, I'll just note it. I'm noting it. All right.
The scene here is damn competitive, man. Like, people who started with me in Chennai are doing the solos now.
Wow.
And here...
They're film stars. Like Surya, the next has come up and all that. And you're struggling.
And the thing is, Chennai is there's audience, there are no good comics. Like,
I want to go there. This is my market. English or Tamil?
Yeah, English.
But you need to have a little Tamil. You've got to understand local politics.
You want to go to Chennai?
No, I can go now.
I think you can do the...
Now we're okay. I'm a DMK supporter, so they'll win.
Okay,
I'm cool.
right.
I'm all good. I worked for Red FM for 2 years.
Oh, really?
Okay. The Maran family owns it, so I'm good on it.
Yeah.
I've gone for 2 functions. I've said hello to everyone. See, I'm actually quite polite with everyone, so I don't rub anyone. Except for the podcast, I don't rub anyone.
Every influential person in Chennai came to those 2 parties.
Yeah. Trust me, they do. You have no idea. That way, India is the same all over.
Right.
You want the influential party, all the influential people are there. So you have to bend your head and serve.
I saw the Ambani wedding pictures. So.
Yeah, I was outside. I was outside walking the dogs. Everybody's, because everybody has dogs. Sorry, last word on Guru. So you came to Bombay, now you're doing comedy here. And is there any place we can see you? Where is one?
So, I'm just doing a plug-in. I run a production... group called Comedy Countdown. We organize open mics.
See the Tambraminam? He's already running a production. See, Abbas, learn. UP, Alibaug, Chennai se suno or siko.
See, I give Abbas spots every month. So
that's true. Which is why he's here.
Wow. So can we just accept that UP should not run the country and that Chennai should run the country? Let's move on now.
Sure.
Good for all. Everybody, okay, check.
We organize open mics every week and we organize shows as well. So if anyone wants to...
Where? Everywhere?
In Andheri. We have Andheri and Matunga. We organize regular shows.
Okay, so as stereotype as you can get. You said Andheri and then straight back to Matunga.
Matunga just called me and said, can you organize South Indian shows in Matunga?
Wow, super.
That was their... But we're organizing normal open mics everywhere.
Madras Cafe presents Guru Narayan in and as Guru.
Yeah, our venue is actually 2 minutes away from Madras Cafe.
Wow. But you still won't get a place. You still won't get a place to sit. I mean, at Madras Cafe, and of course the venue.
If anyone wants to try comedy, please hit
Done. So we can catch Guru at various spots in Andheri and Matunga, and hopefully all over the place soon. But in the meantime, back to the AMAs.
Speaking of comedy, let's talk about Rahul Gandhi. Okay, Rahul Gandhi has promised 72,000 rupees as minimum annual income to 5 crore families. To farmer families.
Modi ji is 18 lakh. So that's 18 lakh, 72,000
This seems to be a budgeted version of the you will get 15 lakh in your bank account.
What's the EMI?
It's the EMI equivalent. But so
what is the Kejriwal promising? Everyone should give me something, you know.
I just did a...
What is Kejriwal promising? I don't even know.
But you can only vote in Delhi, no? We can't vote everywhere.
So he's saying 25 crore people will be benefited by...
5 crore families.
5 crore families.
He's guaranteeing 72,000 annual income.
So I 20, say 41.
No, so the article says 25 crore people. I just made a rough...
3.5 lakh crore rupees.
It's 18 lakh crore rupees. If it's 25 crore people.
Gujarati versus Tambram. This is the war I was waiting for. Mathematics at its very best in the finals. From Balkeshwar, Amit Doshi, and the challenger from Chennai via Kerala, now working for L&T, the one and only Guru Narayan. Please go for it. 8 plus 8 is 16. If you had 2 mangoes and 1 banana, I broke all 3. How many would be left?
18 lakh crore rupees would be about, I think, 3 times our tax collection.
Yeah.
So that's
because you and I can take a tea break and come back.
So
you're UP and I'm God knows where.
72,000
per family. 3.5 lakh.
We have an audience.
The cost that comes in.
Can you take this offline? Can you make mathematical love to each other somewhere else? For God's sake.
Get to the point, both of you.
Yeah, get to the point.
The point is that it's impractical on the face of it.
Yeah.
Is half of your taxes going to go into paying this money?
Mm-hmm. I work for infrastructure sector.
Every
year. No, the infrastructure
podcast for you.
budget is 4 lakh crore.
Yeah,
on an average for the last how many years? And it's just the budget. They don't even give that much money.
It's impossible.
I think the point we're missing here is the promises. Whether it's the Prime Minister or Rahul Gandhi or whoever the hell it is, promising, going back to like 17th century politics, throwing the money out there and saying, okay, this is what you're going to get.
So there is a method, there is an avenue to kind of getting into this kind of thing, right? Basically redistributing wealth. Divesting from all of the different spaces where government has...
Divesting or
divesting? Basically,
Huh?
disinvestment. I think that's what we use.
Divesting is fine. I picked it up. Huh?
Yeah. So, but basically getting rid of all of the government assets that exist across the place, right? I mean, like, if you start doing
using the word assets
to
loosely, yeah?
No, I mean, like, assets. I mean, like, dude, why the fuck do we have, like, why is the Mantralaya sitting in Nariman Point? Why is the Mantralaya not in New Bombay?
It's there. They haven't moved the ministers.
They haven't moved. They should move over there, right? Why are you basically sitting on property like this?
23,000.
Why are we continuously subsidizing Air India to the effect that we are? Why are we doing all
2,300 acres of land in Colaba, owned by the Port Trust?
It is insane how much. It's insane how many assets the government controls, and this if they get rid of this.
No.
That's a different.
She's going to portray someone, no, in a biopic.
Yeah.
I've lost track of the number of biopics people acting in biopics.
She's playing.
No, she's not playing Indira Gandhi.
Cyrus, are you doing a biopic?
I really should.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Andheri or Matunga? Where do I come?
I think someone should do a biopic on Cyrus and Abbas should play you.
The young me, huh?
But young you was thin.
Who knows? Who cares?
But we interrupted Amit's point.
Amit is upset. While we're going to be funny and silly, Amit is upset because he had a serious point that he wants to make.
I have no serious point. Actually, if anybody is interested...
You've got 34 shows. Pick on another one. No, this is a stupid one.
That is also true. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, if anybody is interested, they should look at what Rajesh Jain is doing. Rajesh Jain runs a company, is running an organization which is around this idea of divestment. It's a really interesting idea in terms of basically getting money back to people. And if you want to do something like that, it makes sense, right? But doing this,
I don't call it bribery. If my member of parliament says I'm giving 1 lakh vote for me, I'll take it. Yeah. I don't see any problem. There's no moral high ground here for me at all.
As far as
the bottom line is money. What's the big deal? 1 lakh. The other guy's offering nothing. What's the thing to think about?
Basically, the 1 lakh can go into paying your taxes.
Well, that's my business. Thank you. But 1 lakh is 1 lakh.
No, but it's a tax discount. No, that's what I mean. Essentially,
that you can figure out how and where, and you can explain it in your fiscal portfolio finally. But my point is, if they're giving money out in an upfront manner, it's not a bribe. I think it's fine. It's only 1 lakh to vote. What's wrong?
Cracked this. Actually, even when you're talking about promises, like these people are promising, but they never. Jayalalitha, they gave TVs
one rupee breakfast.
one rupee breakfast. That was not actually one of the promise. But
no, but I'm saying these things build up a portfolio for the politician.
They just put her photo on everything and give it. But the thing is, they were giving TVs and rice for 1 rupee per kg, and they really cracked it. Like they didn't promise 15 lakhs. They
go one state to the left to Andhra and see what NTR did with the 1 rupee rice thing. So these things all work actually at the end of the day. I think it works better than anything else.
I think these guys should learn from them and the fact that instead of promising huge amounts, focus on the basic needs.
A fair basic amount which can be given and
buy one get one free or something like that.
Or at least take something from us. I have this relative I don't want anymore. The government comes, takes a relative and you say, okay, you got my vote. Everybody has a relative they want to get rid of.
But direct transfer, man. I mean, like if you want to subsidy through direct transfer is the right way to do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of direct transfer to the next question.
Yeah, the last topic is the Mueller report has said that there's no proof of Trump's conspiring with Russia in the 2016 election.
So I don't think they sat together holding hands and under one tent and sort of that.
But wasn't this report supposed to be the one that will eventually lead to his indictment?
No.
There's a lot of hype against Trump in the left-leaning journals and all, where they're just waiting for this one exposure that's going to go out of the water or whatever. I think the romance of this idea is a bit too much also. Right from the beginning, it was a bit too far-fetched. It's one thing to have soft, this is the biggest country in the world in terms of economic power and all that. So you can understand that everybody has a role to play and to win or lose in certain people winning or losing. From that point of view, I think it's important to understand that Russia must have tried its bit. There's no question.
No, Russia,
but to say they held hands and hugged each other is a bit too much.
There's no doubt that Russia tried to interfere in the US elections. That is no doubt. Russia is interfering in the Indian elections right now. Russia interferes in every election. That's what Russia does.
What is their point? Buy a MiG-21 from us and vote for
it's basically looking at the who do they think is going to be good for who's going to be good for Russia, right? And they'll try and influence the elections like that, and they do it through hacking and they do it through.
But our Prime Minister loves all countries. Well, he's always traveling.
Except us, but...
Guru, you may have to stay in Chennai. There the regional parties hold sway and the centre can never bother you.
My name is Cyrus.
But here in Maharashtra, we have the same government centre and state. I warn you. You can also say Shiv Sena. That's your best bet.
But I mean, you were never going to see you were never going to see an indictment come out of this. You were never going to see Trump impeached. That stuff is not happening today.
He'll pretty much sail through the rest of the.
He'll get to 2020.
But the report was also like not.
Fully
like
have you noticed
it was just ambiguous.
Again, what you're saying, what you're talking about, even the headline that you read is
there's
not
no
accurate.
Proof. That's the end of the matter. You want them to say that listen,
nobody knows what the report is.
No. But basically, what the papers are saying is that they are alluding to the fact that they don't have proof. They're not saying that he's off the hook completely or anything like that.
Actually, that's even not. It's a complicated thing, right? You're not allowed to indict an American president as part of the Justice Department, right? So, given that, if there is a non-indictable offense, the only place that can kind of take a given penalty is the U.S. Congress. So, the way that this independent counsel thing works is that he submits to the Attorney General. Attorney General presents his findings to Congress. Attorney General is somebody who is, when you read the letter that he sent to Congress, has tried to put the best spin on things for Donald Trump as possible. Still, having said all that, there's no saying that Donald Trump has been cleared of charges. It's still saying that Donald Trump, that basically we have to figure this out.
Still hanging in the air, and they've not been able to pin it on him.
But like in India, if he loses elections, they can go after him. That's basically it.
Well, probably not, because again, there would be actions taken as president, so it probably would not go after him in that sense.
All right, he can always come to India and become a member of parliament. I'll vote for him.
That would work.
Yeah.
He can become Tamil Nadu CM.
Second time, by the way. AMAs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure that you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you guys haven't been checking out Instagram, you should take a look at the audiograms. We're giving you excerpts from different shows. This is available both on our stories and on our feed. Also, we put these audiograms up on Facebook and Twitter as well. So, do kind of keep an eye out for them. You kind of enjoy them, I think. On The Scene and the Unseen, Srinath Raghavan returns to the show, this time to talk about the nitty-gritties about the 1971 war and creation of Bangladesh. Anirudh Kanishetty is back with Season 2 of Echoes of India from the 27th of March. On the first episode of the season, Anirudh is going to start from where he left off, the rise of the Gupta Empire. New episodes are out every Wednesday. It's the season finale of How to Citizen this week, and joining Meghnad and Shreyas is the comedic sensation Kunal Kamra. The chapter they discuss is titled Law and Social Justice, and Kamra shines a light on everything he sees unjust with our justice system. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam's guest is Gaurav Chopra, co-founder of India Lens. He tells you how you can get a good credit score, bring order to your financial life, the different types of loans out there, and more. On Shunya One, Viral Mehta from Pocket Aces joins Shiladitya and me to talk about the growth of digital content. On IVM Likes, Abbas, Janam, Madhuri, and Amit are joined by debutante Radhika to give out their recommendations and talk about Amazon Prime's latest original series, Made in Heaven. On Dating is Garbage, spoken word artist Aranya Johar is the guest, and she talks about unspoken dating rules and how to spell misogyny and chauvinism on the first date. On Geek Fruit, Jishnu and Dinkar discuss the latest sci-fi short film anthology on Netflix, Love, Death, and Robots. And with that, let's continue on with your show.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
And AMA time with Dr. Abbas Montero. So, I just thought
I don't know what sounds better, the Montero part or the doctor part.
Neither of which is true.
Sure,
Although, let me tell you, his father and sister are doctors, so he's the black sheep.
That's true.
Clearly.
And the rest of my family also.
He's a podcast producer.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all doctors.
Yeah.
You also started, right?
I did 2 years of dentistry.
You've done 2 years of dentistry?
Yeah.
What a waste.
I know this by heart. I've heard it like 500.
Yeah.
Is that your routine?
Yeah.
Folks, I did 2 years of dentistry, now I'm a comedian. People are going mad. Wow.
All right. First question comes from Advait Palakodeti. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right.
I seriously doubt that.
The question.
The South Indian expert on my in front of me is nodding in a very undignified manner. He would like to correct you.
No, I don't think
Palakodeti. See, correct.
Now he's decided not to say anything because it's funnier the way you mispronounce it.
The question is, who or what do you look up to as a source of inspiration for your sense of humor?
Okay, these are ridiculous questions. It always makes me feel I'm in a pageant.
Yes.
And now number 3, who is your inspiration? My father's nipple. Oh, yes, excellent. Let's ask the young man. He's much younger, so he may have inspiration. We have more depression. Go on. Did anyone inspire you growing up? Why do you want to be a comedian?
There's a Tamil writer called Crazy Mohan. I don't know if you guys... He writes all of Kamal Hassan's comedy movies.
Really?
And he's also a theatre veteran.
Okay.
He's 65 years old. In his dramas, he still plays a 19-year-old guy. People won't watch it otherwise. Crazy Mohan is an enigma and my inspiration for...
Is he funny?
Yeah.
Actually funny? Funny writer, funny performer?
Both.
That's
He's
very rare.
Hilarious. He comes in all of Kamal Hassan's comedy movies.
Right,
He
but I thought
writes
in
them
Kamal Hassan's
completely.
movies there's only Kamal Hassan. Even Nayakan, I couldn't see anybody else. That's way back. Yeah.
He comes and says action and goes.
Inspiration is a tough one. Anybody else? Abbas, you have an inspiration?
His father.
My own life.
See, my inspiration is not to pay bills, man. Honestly, I can't think of anything else. Although when you're young and romantic, there's inspiration, right? You want to be Art Buchwald or Dave Barry or Woody Allen without the young girls who are related to you. Go on.
The next one comes from Gaurav Bapat. His question is, do you think the right
I've heard
wing...
this name before.
Yeah, he's written to us
Gaurav
before.
Bapat.
Yeah.
Gaurav,
Do you think the right wing are more competent politicians? They might be terrible rulers, but they know how to win votes.
That's an oxymoron. How can that happen? I mean, what's the point of that?
He's given 2 observations. He's like, most right wingers study their crowd and know when and where to keep the toxic rhetoric to themselves. Instead of capitalizing on some obvious mistakes and disasters, liberals create their own bullshit.
That's just Machiavellian
doesn't fly.
philosophy, basically. You just have to justify the means. The ends justify the means. So you just figure out where you are. That's what politics is, essentially. I don't understand the point exactly, but I think all politicians, if you're good, that's what you do. You talk to your market at the right time, at the right place. You edit and you talk.
No, I feel like he has a point, right? I think that what you do see is... So the thing with people on the liberal side or the people on the non-conservative / non-religious conservative side, these people basically, they get in their own head. Right, everything becomes about an intellectual argument. Everything becomes about okay, should it be like this? Whereas if you are a conservative in the more this, it becomes about winning to you, right? I mean, that becomes the game that you're playing. You're playing the game to win. You're not playing the game to kind of make some larger point. You see this playing out right now with the Democratic primary and the Republic versus Trump right now in the US. You see that playing out to an extent with Congress versus BJP in India.
Guru, do you have anything else to say? I slept through it.
No, his point that they know when to keep the rhetoric, poisonous rhetoric to themselves is correct. If you see these hardcore right-wingers on English news channels, they will not spew the same kind of thing that they do in a rally because they know... put a more...
The state you come from, there's a certain chief minister whose name I can't mention, but to use his rhetoric rhymes with Bhavinath. He said all kinds of things pre-chief ministership and sort of denied them now.
Yeah.
But we have the recordings against women, against Muslims, against Dalits, the works.
So exactly, you win your votes there and then you put an innocent face.
That's all politics is about editing. Because the truth about that is maybe
So you're saying it doesn't matter right-wing, left-wing?
I think they don't have very strong beliefs. People don't understand.
Why? I disagree.
No, I think deep down they don't. It's all about themselves. So you have to say, devil will cite scripture for his purposes, to quote Shakespeare's favorite writer. So
you remember Neville Shah came on our show and he said the reason the liberals will not rule this country is because the right wing is ready to die for the cause and the liberals want to go to work on Monday. So
that may be true. In a sense, that's also true. Perhaps, okay, whatever. I can't argue. But
I don't agree with that necessarily, right? I think that there's passionate people on both sides.
No, I think very often the megalomania of the politician is such that it's all about him. And he uses the ideals to, manipulate minds around him. It's not really deep in the sense that you think it is. Because you switch. You see, I won't mention politics, but in India they have switched parties, philosophies, ideologies.
It's true.
And they've done it from Monday to Tuesday. Forget liberals going back to work. So I think that gives me hope. That deep down they don't hate each other as much as you think. They just love themselves more.
Okay, cool.
Which is a lovely thing. It's narcissism.
Yes.
Exploit it more.
The next one comes
More
from...
mirrors for all Indians. Oh, maybe not.
The country runs on narcissism, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Anyone on top is never BJP.
He becomes a god.
And then Modi. It's always Modi and then BJP.
Correct. Godlike status only we can give you. Nobody else.
Even in Tamil Nadu,
oh God.
See, I can give you examples from
Dhoni
there.
in Tamil Nadu. The posters of Dhoni are so big.
Yeah, Dhoni is loved more than anyone in Tamil Nadu.
But, he works for India Cements.
Huh?
He works for India Cements.
India Cements works for him. But no, but Jayalalitha, for instance, after she passed away and the entire debacle happened, and then ADMK somehow retained power, and then the verdict came where they actually convicted her because she's dead. They couldn't give her a punishment, but still every government document, every meeting, assembly, her photo's there. Is there huge like every time they start they say long live Amma and then they go
the shadow stays till the night, to use a phrase.
We deify everybody. We deify all our leaders.
That's how it runs. You need
I want my poster in Chennai.
Yeah.
How do I get my poster in Chennai?
Do a show there.
I've done shows there. They just pull my poster off the moment it's over. How to get big, man?
Start a party.
No, you're the guy. You're the fellow who started production house here. Can you help us?
I think
party is too much work. Yeah.
All India Cyrus Munnetra Kadagam or something. I like AICMK.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. I'll make you principal secretary. And Deputy Chief Minister if you ever make it.
Okay, the next question.
And can you call Crazy Mohan for the felicitations?
Done. And Abbas will be PR.
Sure.
Abbas is from UPR.
This is why.
What will you do with him here?
They'll hate him and send him away, and then we'll get sympathy.
We'll send him straight back to Alibaug.
Yeah.
Wow, call back. Next question comes from Montreal, from Gautam. He says, big fan of your podcast. He has an interesting question. Marvel Cinematic Universe versus IVM Podcast Universe. Which has more people / characters? Because every week Amit Doshi announces new podcasts and now I can't keep the count. Can you suggest whose personality from IVM matches with Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Thanos, Black Widow? I give Nick Fury to Amit because of his cameos across IVM podcasts.
Nick Fury, you become. Excellent.
Yeah, because he's the one who puts everything together.
Yeah.
You are?
I'll be Hulk.
Really?
I wear the same outfit. But so they all.
You're a red Hulk.
Purple pants, no?
Yeah.
We'll go with the macho image. Green and purple. Pretty strange. More Pierre Cardin. Yeah, do you have an answer to that?
There's no answer to that. They just thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else can you say?
But you don't have sequels. Like they have like Spider-Man 2 and all that. You don't have sequels. You're going to have like Cyrus Says 2, Cyrus Says 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, so actually we have, right? We started with Cyrus Says as one episode a week, and
Cock
now
and
we're
bull.
at 3 a week.
You're right.
Yeah, so we have done well. We've gone to 3 a week now.
Too much.
That's all.
I think we're tired.
Yes.
Guru, go back to Chennai. There's nothing happening. The city sucks at the moment, man. There's so much opportunity back home. Yeah? This speech was brought to you by the Shiv Sena. Okay, folks, great news for me, not so much for you. We're going thrice a week. We're not repeating shows. We're going on thrice a week, 2 regular shows and a new one, the birth of a new one called Lanso, Left Arm Not So Orthodox. It's talking cricket. 2 great minds talking cricket. One who has never played the game and the other, well, relatively less inexperienced. The one and only, what's my name? Cyrus Brocha. Lanso. New episodes every Wednesday. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
And that's what Cyrus says.
How many times have you motivated yourself to improve your sleep, or lose weight, or be more productive? How many times have you failed? Hi, my name is Ashton Doctor. Tune into my show, The Habit Coach Podcast, where we focus on creating small, tiny habits to improve your life instead of those big, impossible tasks. So make listening to me a habit every Monday, Wednesday and Friday on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com or on your favorite podcasting app.
Every week comes a show where 3 people come together to tell you about stuff they like. A movie, a TV show, a book, and other stuff. Tune in every Monday on the IVM Podcast app to IVM Likes. Batman approves this message. Thank you, Batman.